Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. September has rolled around. You know what that means. It's almost Halloween time. And with the Halloween season and spirit coming just closer and closer, I thought why not round up all the news we've heard so far of our favorite, most anticipated sequel, Halloween Stabby Stabby. We're going to be talking some of the casting details that have been included on here. Also, a casting call sheet that gives us an idea of the plot and certain things going on in this film. If you want to get completely up to date so far of what we have been talking about with Halloween, I'll put a playlist on my channel for you. But just to give you a really quick summary, so they are making two sequels right now. The filming has started this week. First one entitled Halloween Kills, which I prefer to call Halloween Stabby Stabby. And then the final film Blumhouse is working on, Halloween Ends. The original Strode girls are coming back, Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, and Andy Matichak. But fan favorites of the previous Halloween movie of 1978, they will be bringing back Tommy Doyle and Lindsay Wallace. The two kids Laurie Strode ended up babysitting in the Halloween movie. Touching upon that real quick, because a lot of fans are upset. They even made a petition to get the original Tommy Doyle back for this movie. The little kid was great and fine for the time, but he hasn't kept up with his acting chops. And with Halloween being a big blockbuster that it is now, it's just too big of a risk to put someone inexperienced in acting into a big role, which what they're trying to do with Tommy Doyle. Because from the vibes we're getting about these next two movies, it's going to conclude the chapter of Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode in the Halloween movie. And John Carpenter and even Blumhouse has said that they will make 10 movies if they're able to. And if that's the case, they need a new main lead that isn't always Laurie Strode being cuckoo. So hiring a veteran actor like Anthony Michael Hall seems like a good fit for what they're trying to do, and this could be our man. Or Lindsay Wallace could be our new main lead, or heck, they could end up together somehow in this movie, and it's them together through the rest of the franchise. And there's good reason to believe that Tommy Doyle is going to be the new lead of these movies because they have also casted his old bully. Robert Longstreet will be taking on the role of Lonnie Elam, the little kid in the original Halloween movie that told Tommy Doyle about the boogeyman. But really all I thought in my head when I saw this casting choice was,
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
the connection even goes deeper because this is the father of the douchey boyfriend in Halloween 2018. The one who was cheating on Laurie's granddaughter in the movie, who did not end up dying, and we were all anticipating it. Pair that up with previous interviews that David Gordon Green has given that he's saving that character for something special in the next movie. He's getting Stabby Stabby. Before getting into the casting list and the more details here, right now from just all these casting choices that have been confirmed, it's pretty much going to be a story arc of dealing with trauma of how other people who face Michael are going to react to him now. Whether it's Laurie who goes and rounds up these guys and be like, we got him, we survived, he's out of our lives. Or if they come to her, it's like, we hear he's back and you didn't finish the job and we want in. The working title for this movie that always gives a hint to the possible plot is this movie right now is called Mob Rules. The working title for the Child's Play remake was The Castlin Project, and the working title for the Saw reboot is The Organ Donor. It always gives a hint to something in the plot, and with Halloween being titled Mob Rules, that really makes me think of the gang who survived Michael way back in the day forms a mob to go after and finish the job all together once and for all. But getting to these casting call lists, that just leads me to wild speculation of what's going on in this movie. Those currently working as or with previous actual work experience as police officers, medical personnel, doctors, nurse, surgical staff, ER staff, EMT, paramedics, firefighters. That right there has me to believe we're getting another Halloween movie getting set in a hospital, just like Halloween 2 of 1981 and also like Halloween 2 of 2009. And now the second Halloween movie in this new reboot also is going into a hospital. Michael really loves him some medical care. It could just be a small part in the movie. I mean, some of our characters do have to end up going to the hospital. I know Laurie's character was injured at the end of the movie, so the start of this one could be her in the hospital. But I mean, this also leads to the possibilities of how they're going to find Michael in this movie. Maybe he did burn to a crisp at the end of Halloween 2018 and he's in a coma in the hospital to probably just wake up 1 year later on Halloween and go crazy. I have a real huge soft spot for Halloween 2 of 1981. I absolutely adored adored that movie, the vibe, the aesthetic, the fact that it all took place in a hospital on the same night as the first. And I understand the reason they got rid of it, because it was the whole connection between Laurie and Michael being siblings. But if there was any way they could have kept that movie in continuity, I would have been so happy. And so the fact that they're doing something that is familiar with the Michael Myers vibe, is him walking around a hospital wielding either a surgical knife or his actual knife, gets me a little excited to want to see that. But at the same time, it has been done over and over in this franchise that maybe I'm like, are you guys trying something new, or are you just copying what worked in other movies? Other weird casting choices here is that they mentioned needing triplets for something in this movie. Now, when I think of twins or triplets in the movie, I always go back to the little girls in The Shining. And huge wild speculation, Michael is a triplet. It could just be something really small and random, or hell, it could just be used for practical effects reasons. In the same way that Sarah Connor in Terminator 2 had her twin show up instead of using a green screen just to make effects better. But even weirder than that, they also need a ventriloquist with his own dummy. What the heck is going on in these Halloween movies that you need triplets and a ventriloquist? Is Michael gonna take over a circus? I mean, Pennywise did it. It wouldn't stop Michael from doing it. Maybe Haddonfield has some sort of harbor festival to maybe overshadow some of the nasty things that happen around this time. And the town goes, well, if we throw a festival, people won't think about these crazy Halloween stuff. That could be my guess on that. And the last thing on here that doesn't really pertain to casting, more specific items needed for the movie, is that they need vintage cars from the 60s or 70s, letting us know we're gonna do some flashbacks and know what happened to Michael back in the first movie. I mean, we never really know how Michael got captured and ended up in asylum to show up in Halloween 2018, so we might actually finally get that to see where he ended up once he walked away at the end of the first Halloween. It also kind of scares me, because are they gonna try and use some CGI face of Dr. Loomis in this film? That could always be really scary and iffy to do. I hope the flashbacks aren't set for more origin purposes. Keep Michael mysterious. Don't give him a whole crazy unexplainable reason. Just keep him unexplainable. Either way, guys, the film is currently shooting, so we're probably gonna get some set photos. We might even get a look at the mask, see if they are gonna go with a burnt side. Probably some more details about the plot, but for sure, I am super pumped for this, and I cannot wait a whole another year to watch this thing. Let me know what you guys think about this. Share me your theories, what you think some of these casting call choices mean. Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and let me your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3CFilmReview. As always, I'm Chris. Take care. Also, really quick, guys, a lot of you have asked me to start up a podcast, and well, it's finally happening. First episode will go up today, so please click the link in the description or my pinned comment and subscribe to that. Listen to it, support me further. Would really be appreciated.